Hello my good students. Welcome back to our total domination campaign as the US Naval Forces on War on the Sea with the Tokyo Express mod and the Operation Magazine mod. And after your comments came in, I'm very delighted to say that we have turned off the time locks for all of the unavailable ships and such, so they're all going to come in now, and any previously unavailable ships are also going to come in as well, such as the Kirabatai midway carriers that the Japanese have. So that gives us a lot to play with, and it gives us a lot more challenge as well. I'm very much looking forward to that. It's going to be amazing. So what happened in the previous episode is the question. Well, we had our bogue battered just a little bit, so we're on the retreat there. We're definitely going to be sending that back to the dockyard. And we also managed a little bit of a stalemate where we had a Japanese invasion force coming towards Milne Bay, but after giving their Nishin fleet tender, or a float plane tender, a little bit of a kicking. We didn't sink it, but we did encourage it to leave by force. So that was good for us. That task force has left. We're now a bit safer for the moment. So let's go back to the strategic map and have a think about what we want to do today. Okay, so because we have just loaded in, once again we can see some submarines, and the worst one here is this one, mostly because we do have a couple destroyers here protecting these ships here, but do we have anything fairly quick to deal with this? We can send out some bow fighters to scout that out and try and hit that down. But now that we're able to, now that we've got our opening strategy done, we've secured the central islands here. We have a level 1 airfield on Melita, and we have Rennell Island as well. We've also upgraded Port Moresby to a level 3 airfield, and we're on the way now to upgrade Milne Bay. Let's just double check. We do have supplies, troops, engineering as such. The troops were there because we were expecting some sort of invasion force at some point, not necessarily that soon. So that'll take a couple trips to upgrade that to a level 2 airfield. So that's our opening strategy done. That's what we plan for to begin with. The next phase, what I want to say, is get a fleet carrier out and actually bring the fight to the enemy, because look at this, enemy losses, merchant ship, you know, I want to destroy something decent, to be honest. These do add up for sure. That's 15 total losses, and we are on the road to 100. So we get 3 times more supplies, but that's not going to happen if we don't have a real fighting force. So we're going to adopt I think we're going to adopt Lu Xun's strategy from the Three Kingdoms period, where he waited for a few months for the very dry season to beat Liu Bei, so he could attack by fire. And I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to wait, and we're going to wait, and then we're going to get our fire by getting our command points in. We're going to get enough command points. We're going to wait as long as it takes. It'll probably be we get resupplied in 2 days. That's not quite going to be enough to get the fleet carrier we're looking for. We're going to get resupplied 77 command points. Not quite enough, unfortunately. It really is only just under. So we're going to wait until day 21. That's going to disappoint people, I know. We're not going to be completely inactive. We are going to be, of course, using our airfields to scout around and sink things. Not a problem. But we are going to wait, so that will mean the bow can go in and repair. And we can send in... was anything else damaged here? We can send the Benson in. That's not going to take too long. We do have the Gleaves as well in for repairs. So I'll come back later when that's the time, unless anything in particular happens in that interim period. So I shall see you then. Okay, so just a very quick update for you. We've put the Benson and the Bogue into the dockyard now to repair. The Bogue, as you can see, is going to take a full 24 days to repair. Unsurprisingly, to be honest, but you know what? I was expecting it to be a lot longer than that, so we can absolutely wait for that. And we will get reimbursed the full 30 command points once that is done. And of course, the Benson shall be out as well just after we're finished, I think, waiting for our command points. So that's bloody fine. We can wait for that, absolutely. So once again, I shall see you in the future. Okay, so a couple of days have passed. We have been resupplied. Just doing the usual patrols outside of Milne Bay and Port Moresby. See a lot of air activity around there. And you're going to love this. I wasn't quite expecting to see something like this so early. Because we've turned off the locks from Operation Magazine, we now have... Where the bloody hell is it? A Hizen. Coming over to... coming over to Port Moresby and Milne Bay. It is supported by a Chitose over here. Not the biggest... air threat there. Let's have a look at CVL. Should be the first Chitose. Again, roofs, Jakes and Pete's. We do have to get rid of it because of the roofs, unfortunately. That will mean that we do need to get these bow fighters. They are armed with the usual light bombs. Wondering exactly what the best approach is. Certainly a broadside, but what sort of altitude? Well, not necessarily a broadside, actually. We could come from... I think from their rear is the best option here, so long as they haven't already launched roofs. So let's increase our speed. Then we can try and altitude bomb it, I think, so we're not subjecting ourselves to quite so much small arms. Doesn't look like there's anything just yet. What is visibility? 60%. We probably won't pick up anything until right on top of it then. Air groups wise. I would have loved to have found this with something a little heavier than 4 bow fighters though. That Hizen's going to be a monster to take down. Okay, so we are in range then. Let's just slow down, make a better line. Guessing they're just a little easier. Okay, cool. I think we're going to reduce that altitude a tad. Make things a tad easier there. Turn in, and what we're going to do is break, attack, tell everyone to attack individually so that they go in specifically by themselves. Then we can go in and form up once we have dropped and turn straight back out. The low visibility really helping our approach there. We're only just starting to take fire now. Really hope we get some decent hits though. I'd love to take the air deck out and disable any flights, to be honest. Let's pull up, increase speed to max, wiggle about so we can get the nav points off and turn around and see what we can do about that. If we keep some bow fighters active, we might be able to strafe us down. Saying that, instantly lose one. Are we going to get any hits is the question. Got a couple, not going to do anything major there. So 2 direct hits and 1 dud. Excellent. That is moderate damage. So let's get out of there. Hopefully that breaks off from the main formation. There's no way we're touching the Hizen with just a few light bombs from our bow fighters. They're turning. Is that a turn away from the main formation there? Would have liked to have kept that bow fighter, to be honest. That didn't tell that to break. Interesting. Let's come out, come back round like that. Just re-establishing contact with the ships there. Might go for a cheeky strafe regardless of the formation, to be honest. That Hizen's going to have a lot of firepower on it though. It is breaking away a tad though. As the damage being sustained has gone back down to minor. Gonna need one hell of a strafe to get this deterred. And with one less bow fires, it's not quite so easy, is it? Let's go in now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think once it gets a little closer, we'll reduce our speed. Ooh, we do have some roofs. I forgot to take off fire at will. I'm just going to focus the strafe here. So let's keep going for that, I think. take manual control. Where have we gone? I've lost my bearings now. So make sure we're still diving down a tad. Cool, and we'll get everyone to slow down a tad and strafe that Chitose. Oh dearie dearie dear. Oh dearie dearie dear. That's exactly what I want to do. Yeah, so they did get some roof. So it's amazing they've taken quite so long to catch up with us actually. Might down, yeah, there we go. That's annoying. Very, very annoying. Get anything on there? No, that's very unfortunate there. Did get another fire, but one bow fighter. It's just going to go down now. So we do have heavy damage. Wonder if that fire might burn to other areas, though. We might as well stick around and see what happens. You never know your luck. Wind speed isn't the highest, though, so that's not going in our favour. Okay, so unfortunately we have lost sight of that completely now because we did lose those bow fighters. Going to launch everything we can at that though. Going to launch some Catalinas with some bombs. It's round about here-ish. We're going to launch some lightnings with some larger bombs. Let's just double check. Hang on, the range roughly 700. The bombs might not have the range for that. 670. Yeah, it's just not going to happen there. Let's just take these bombs, hope for the best, imagine they're going to come a bit closer. Certainly launch some Mitchells when we can and hope for the best, really. That Chitose didn't burn down in the end. It did go to heavy and heavy flooding though, which is rather disappointing that it didn't succumb to that, because the fires at one point were genuinely stern to stern, which is rather unfortunate we couldn't get that there. Just unlucky with our bomb hits, I think. So let's carry on, see if we can find that. That's got to be misinformation there, hasn't it? It's got to be misinformation. Another carrier right now? I don't think so. We can't launch from there. Let's see if we can launch some Kitty Hawks maybe to help scout about. Should be alright to go up here-ish. Okay, so we did get that down. It was just a cargo ship. We're going to try and push the Kitty Hawks just a tad over here a little bit before we run out of fuel on anything else. Just going to check on the tactical view very quickly that there's nothing about. Oh, we have caught them. Excellent stuff. Cool. Let's come out. So not much we can do about that, unfortunately. Pin that just there. Keep the Kitty Hawks in place. Do our lightnings have any fuel? No, they don't. Oh, that's unlucky. That's very, very unlucky. We're going to have to get the Catalinas in place anyway. Let's try and get some Beauforts out with torpedoes, I think. Come straight over here like that. And just hope that we can keep sight of that. It's so unlucky that our lightnings couldn't reach that. But I didn't really want to hit them with just rockets. That might have to be the case if they get much closer to Milne Bay. We're going to lose sight of these again, aren't we? Excellent stuff. What's that? Just a single... I don't really want to hit that, to be honest, with the Catalinas. It's not going towards Milne Bay, at least. I'm going to have to scout around with these then, unfortunately. It is unlucky. Can we spot them? Beaufort's been caught. Let's come out like that. I might be able to follow. Yeah, I might be able to follow these planes over here. I bet they're from the Chitose. So let's keep going. Here we go. Excellent. That's how you use enemy fighters to your advantage. Oh, rain is very useful as well. Okay, so gonna have to press play to spot that properly. What do we want to hit? I'm really thinking go for Chitose again, to be honest. We're not going to down the Hezen with just Catalinas, so let's go for that. Let's increase our altitude a tad, increase our speed of course, and just fly straight over to that really. Try and get, it looks like we're going to get intercepted by fighters though, and that's going to be really sad if we do. Let's tell them to go straight in and attack anyway, maybe. Yep, there we go, there's the fighters. Tell them to go straight in and attack. We're going to lose one already. Really should have downed those fighters with the Beauforts, to be honest, shouldn't we? Don't think we're going to get this off. Got to go for it. What is this? Oh, it's a Tonne. Lovely. This is a really nasty task force. Really, really nasty task force. Is it really only the 2 roofs? Really regressing not downing those now. It's just not going to be able to get in on this. Yeah, there we go. It's going to get this one now, aren't they? Do they have to turn off? That's a bit of a blessing. Might be succumbing to the AA though. We're very, very close to dropping. Can we please get these hits and no duds? That looks like it's not going to be quite on the right path there, according to the map. But we did get them off. Oh, please get just 1 hit. That's all I ask. Oh no, so close, so close. That's rather unfortunate. It's on critical damage. Look at that, look at that. It's on minor flooding as well, so we can't just wait for that to go down. If we can wait for it to do that though, I'll be very happy for that. What's it? Something's taking heavy damage as well. We didn't, they must have clashed into a battleship perhaps, this destroyer. Interesting. That's unfortunate not to be enough to down the Chitose there, which is rather unlucky. I'm going to have to come out of that. Fleet's wrecking itself there, so I think we're going to come back. Don't have much over here now, do we? That's so unlucky. Just have to wait around and try and find this again, to be honest. Well, another interesting development. Another carrier, and I can tell you this is not misinformation. This is definitely a carrier. We did see some planes come around to scout round Guadalcanal earlier from the north over here, so that must definitely be something nasty. Gonna launch some lightnings with 2 2,000-pound bombs because they are very, very close, and I want some big hits. That's all it comes down to there. Do we have anything left? Have we got some mariners left with 1.6 thousand pounds, I think there. Try and get them all in together. There we go. So they've distracted some. Yeah, lightning certainly take that. We've distracted some fighters, hopefully. What have we got then? Can't quite see them just yet. There we go. Ooh, it's a big old fleet. What have we got? So the Zuiho. Ooh, okay, haven't seen a Zuiho for ages. Or is it a Zuiho? No, it's not. It's probably a Zuiho or a Taiyo again. Not Taiho, that would be very scary. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Yep, Zuiho or Taiyo. Not a problem. No battleship today. We do have a Kitakami though, which is interesting. We do have a Furutaka. Cool. So I'm just going to go for the carrier, of course. Why would we go for anything else? Going to go for... once again, increase our altitude there. Go right in the centre there, like that. Target the carrier, full speed so we get in. Turn off fire at will in case we get interrupted by anything. Zoom, straight in. There we go, there's some fighters. This is going to be so annoying. So I really want you to be much closer to the carrier than this. Not allowed to hit things. Let's change, play around with our altitudes then to get those zeros off of us so much. Go a little better there, and we are going to tell them to attack from here. And since our bombs are so big, we will only need like 2, maybe 3 hits to do this. We are getting them off though. Not necessarily on the line I'd want. We should have told them to attack a lot earlier. I was panicking with the zeros. Let's see. Yeah, overshot it. It's completely my fault there. Completely my fault. Just panicking there with the zeros. Should have told them to slow down at least before we did that. Not a bother though. We can't launch just yet. Might want to launch some Havocs off. Okay, we're ready now. What can the Havocs bring? Another £2,000 bomb. Try that maybe. We're going to get caught with these mariners though, by Habisses. That's the problem. Okay, we have come into contact with our mariners. Let's increase speed, altitude, play around again. Air radar is on. Havocs should be coming in as well, but they're so slow they might not get there in time before being intercepted. Just going to target, run in, and get a drop off, I think. Tell them to, yeah, we do have a target, don't we? Come on, there we go. Let's say break, attack. Attack. Oh no, this is number 2. Do not want to attack number 2. Go for number 1. Thank you. That is indeed the carrier there. Cool, let's go for that. Hope we get something decent this time, but now we're in large, slow targets. So the AA itself, and there we go, there's more zeros coming in. Havocs, what sort of distance are they? At least 12 kilometers away, getting to 13. Horrible, horrible distance away. Gonna lose one already. It is just 1 so far. Interesting. No, there we go. There we go. Would really like just a couple nice bomb hits, so it's all I ask. Just about think we're gonna do that. There we go. Okay, let's try and bring the attention of the zeros away over here. It's not going to do it though. Just watch this. Can we? Ooh, okay, that looks promising. Magazine explosion. That is the one bomb we needed. The one bomb we needed. Thank you, game. Thank you very much. We can certainly wait around for that. Let's take a report. Critical to critical. Brilliant. Oh, if this goes down, this will be purely by chance and sheer dumb luck. Our first major sinkage of the series. Going to increase our altitude here. Try. Oh, there's no point really in going for that carrier if the magazine's exploded. What do we want to hit? I'm thinking really a hospital ship. To be honest, let's tell everyone to attack the hospital ship from here. May have to slow down once again, just a tad, so we don't overshoot it. Just a tad. Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, don't need to speed up, I don't think, from here. I would like a better line on that, really, but I think we'll be okay. They should retreat if we do down that carrier. But just can't risk any supplies getting to Guadalcanal there. They're only going to launch 1 bomb per plane, not a worry. Just going to hope for a hit again. 1 bomb should do us on a hospital ship. Just waiting. And, ooh, I was going to say unlucky there. How's that looking? Probably doesn't look like enough just yet. Where are we? Heavy to minor. Yeah, probably not quite enough, unfortunately. We have lost them, so we're just going to wait around and watch that carrier, I think. If that doesn't go down, I'll be very, very upset. And that is a brilliant victory in my eyes. Costly, for sure. We did lose Mariners and such, and Castilians and Havocs, but you know what? A CV down, absolutely fine. Shall we posthumously identify that? It was a Zuiho, brilliant. I believe there should just be 2 in that series. Could be very wrong here. Where are we? Zuiho, there we go. Yeah, 2 in the series. Shoho was of course sunk previously, so that one is not coming back. Excellent stuff. So that was the Zuihos dealt with. And that was actually the strike, of course, configuration between Zuiho and Taiyo. Taiyo with more zeros, of course, and more Kates, but we do have the vowels and Kates to deal with there. So that's very, very useful sinkage for us. Very much on the way to getting Milne Bay upgrade. So let's do that very quickly. And yeah, look at all of those zeros now. Now's a home. Just scouting around. Can say bye-bye to them. Everyone wave bye-bye zeros. New Hebrides. It's just the zeros coming around. That is what I mean. It's long gone bedtime for these zeros. I know they don't have a home, but just try not to go around at night. It's a little bit annoying. So unload all cargo here. Is that enough? It absolutely is. Brilliant. Level 2 airfield on Milne Bay means more radar coverage and of course more planes. Double the bow fighters and Kitty Hawks and such, and of course we should get some new plane type as well on there. Do we want to level that to 3 is the question, or do we want to start diverting resources from Australia over to Guadalcanal for an invasion there? I think really that's what I want to do, is send troops and supplies now over to Guadalcanal. We can certainly send some sort of either a fleet carrier or fleet escorter to help over there, to keep that safe from any invasions. That certainly won't be the last from that Hezen. We did completely lose sight of that, but at the same time that means it hasn't tried pushing on anymore. That was 2 days ago now in game time. So I think unfortunately that is all we're going to do at the moment there. We're going to carry on waiting now until we get resupplied on day 21. So let's carry on with that. I shall see you in the future once again. We're just not allowed a break, are we? It's literally just the next day. And we've struck the motherlode of all cargo supplies here, of merchant shipping here. We have an Aratawamaru, a Wenchomaru, another Aratawamaru. But look at this we've got. It's not an Oyodo. I forget the name of this particular cruiser. It is Agano over here. This is another side effect of taking off the time locks from Operation Magazine, because these wouldn't be available until a later date otherwise in the base game and such. So that's amazing. This is just on a random scout path actually, with our lightnings and bow fighters all armed. I think the bow fighters are armed with bombs. Excellent stuff. So our lightnings are armed with rockets to give them that endurance, because we were only hoping to get cargo ships here. So that's what we're going to go for. I'm going to save the Aganos for a little later, unfortunately, for a later engagement. So let's wait for that to identify. There we go. And we can just, I think, turn around, dive down like that, max speed, dive to about 300-ish meters. No need to get anything too exact on there, as long as it's below 400 is the aim there. So increase speed once again, dive right down, try and get a couple supply ships here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I'm loving this. Why is there just a single lightning there out of formation? Let's get that a bit easier. There we go. Brilliant. And we can bring the bow fighters in, of course. The bow fighters being armed with bombs, actually, you might want to try going for a light cruiser there. That would be very, very tempting indeed, actually. Be very, very tempting indeed if we did that. Now, as I think about it, of course, they are the classic light bombs that we use with the bow fighters. We have lost a lightning already, and that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but the very, very close spawn in there Not working in our favour. Let's reduce, I think, turn around there again and start turning a little more sharply. We could just tell them to attack now. Let's go for the troop transport, the Aratama there with this particular group of lightnings. So they go in like that. We'll get the second group in onto the Aratama there as well, like that. And the third, I think, we'll keep in as a minor reserve for that attack. See what happens with that Aratama there, depending on how well our rockets hit, I think. That will do lovely. That will do lovely, I think. This is a gold mine. It's an absolute gold mine. Might want to increase our speed here a bit, guys, but that's okay. Yeah, look at the AA coming off of that Agonal there. I believe its main guns are dual purpose. We could check that. Could absolutely check that. Yes, they are dual purpose. Did lose a lightning just before we fired there, unfortunately. Only a couple rockets on the first attack there. Did lose the last lightning of that flight, unfortunately. We're going to get some more rockets, hopefully. Very, very nice indeed. Can we take an action report on their moderate damage? So these spare lightnings are going to be used to attack that. Let's just get on that properly. Can't quite target it too easily there. Tell them to attack. I will tell all of these remaining lightnings from there to form up once again, increase altitude as usual, and just turn around out of there. These bow fighters, actually, let's get... I know I said I wasn't too bothered about the light cruisers, but it's just a prize, isn't it? It's a prize, and I like prizes. Let's go for it, shall we? Let's absolutely go for it. Go for a 70-meter drop on this group, and this group can go for roughly the same, actually. Go for a, I think, 60-ish. So it's not too low. I don't want to accidentally crash my planes into the bridge there. Yeah, we're losing these lightnings. You're learning now. You must respect the AA of these Agonals here. Look at it. See, I've not used them before because I don't reach the time that they're available usually. That's a very nice strafe indeed. Let's get those back to form up and turn round once again. Come straight round like that. Follow the bow fighters. We've not actually told them to attack just yet, so let's not forget about that. Like so. And we're going to do it this way once again. Cool, I think that'll be alright there. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Just want a low altitude bomb. Can probably strafe us if we get the time. Gonna, having said that, bring these lightnings back round now that they're available to turn round, slow down their speed a tad, get them to just turn round and strafe that. Cool, let's watch this, shall we? Trying to find a good camera angle there. Lost a bow fighter though! No! Oh, and a large miss there. Big miss. That should be a bit better. That was much better, thank you very much. Didn't get hit by a great total amount of bombs, but do have heavy damage and moderate flooding there. Gonna get all of the bow fighters to form up into one group there. Like so. And they can turn round like that. Just get rid of that so I can get to the squadron in one go. And we get to these lightnings as well, I think, to just to go down here, and they can strafe that Aratama as well. Yeah, that'll do just fine there. Cool. Let's get these lightnings on there, I think, as well from now. Might as well. How are these ones doing? They're on the approach there. The Aratama is burning. Brilliant. Strafe should do the job from both of these groups. Can we get an explosion over here? Aratamas do seem to be rather resistant to strafing from my experience. Come on. Yeah, see, just not a lot. We did increase the fires. Let's take another report. This is on critical damage to heavy flooding. Let's get these lightnings back up into one nice formation once again. increase their speed. It is already automatically on max. Brilliant. Bring them back out. Bow fighters, what are you up to? Decrease your altitude. Thank you. Dive down. And just turn around so you can get that down, I think. There we go. And then we can tell them from here, I think, to turn. We're going to take manual control there on their turn. Slow them down. We're going to go for that Agonal. Yeah, that would do, I think. Just come from here and tell them to attack now. Lightnings, can you come back round, actually? Not fully done with you yet. So we can get rid of this Agonal. We might be able to strafe down a Wenshow as well. I'm not entirely convinced we can get rid of the Agonal, though. Maybe we should just go straight for the Wenshow after this strafe. It's a learning experience for me, this this strike. Oh, there's a lot of firepower there. A lot of firepower. Let's take another report. Critical to moderates. That is brilliant. We're going to form up once again then. Form up like that. And we're just going to bring them out once again like that. Circle round. Lightnings, where are you? I think we are going to go for the Wenshow Maru here. Just speed that up a tad. Find the lightnings. Yeah, I'm loving these fires here. Loving these fires. So decrease their speed a tad. Don't want to go too slow through the AA here. Try and find the sweet spot between less time in AA and more time on target. But we do have some fighters coming in now, and I have forgotten to turn off fire at will. I wasn't expecting any fighters. Weren't any on the map. So a single roof so far. Tell you what, our bow fighters can sort that out. Our lightnings, however, do need to wiggle around and attack the number 3 here, please. That would be brilliant. Let's get that. All of them on it, please. No, not number 1, number 3 here. Just make sure once again they're all on it. Does look like it. There's no, yeah, that turn for the roofs there has just ruined that strafe. So let's get that back up. This is making a right meal of this. Making a right meal of this. How are we doing over here though? Yeah, there's a lot of roofs coming in. That might suggest actually that Chitose is close, because this is nowhere near anything. Number 4, that was Aratama, brilliant. Yeah, leave the bow fights. Yeah, that does suggest that the Chitose is still close, doesn't it? But I want at least this Wenshow Maru now, and then we can return home and call it a day, I think. So slow down once again and attack. Was not expecting any sort of fighter interception there. Nothing came up on the map. This is right in the centre of on the strategic map where it says Solomon Sea imprinted on the map. Right in the open water. There we go. There we go. How's that looking? Should be number 3, heavy to minor. Maybe we can come round again. Getting very, very greedy, I know. Very, very greedy indeed. How's that Agonal looking actually? Critical to moderate still, I might be able to get that down, I don't know. I'd rather just make sure we get this Wenshow actually. Yeah, losing the bow fighters there, unfortunately. Not necessarily trying for the easiest targets, though. It's making it more difficult for himself. Can we get a turn shot on that? Can. Brilliant. How are the lightnings doing? Get this Wenshow and retreat, I think. Not quite enough time on target. I think we're going to have to call it a day there and retreat out. Definitely has to retreat out of there. How's it looking? Critical to heavy. Do have a fair few fighters about though. Might be able to take that, but not right over their AA. That's the thing. Let's go for this. Don't want to entirely cheese it, to be honest. Come on, let's help out the bow fighters. Looked like one of them was targeting a bow fighter here. Go for that. Go over here. Cool. How's this one doing? Can we get an early shot out? Try and go for the range here. Increase our speed a tad to help that. He's going to get on the back there. Excellent stuff. This one. Start the early shots before the roof begins to fire on us. Starting to take this air engagement now, but we are losing a hell of a lot of fighters here, unfortunately. Yeah, look at that. Still so many roofs about. Let's take a report. I didn't see the number of them. Yeah, lost 8 out of 12. Don't want to think about our losses right now. Really was not expecting to come across any force like this at all, actually. At most, I was sort of hoping for a carrier group. Maybe we could have strafed that. Got our rockets off. That's okay. Absolutely fine there. We go for the shots there. Not quite on a line at all, are we there? Get that. Brilliant. That's off someone's back. Yeah, there we go. I think we're pulling through here. We're pulling through. We've lost another lightning though, and another. Dropping like flies. Taking a big bite into that big pile of dust. I think this is the last one. It is indeed. So we'll down this roof if possible. And then we really will call it a day. Really will call it a day. Gonna stop being greedy. Really need to stop being greedy. Just throughout this game, really. There we go. There we go. Everyone just form up, I think. Guess out. Get some distance and we can press retreat, I think. Okay, so at the end there, we did sink that Adatara and the Wensho got scuttled. And of course, we left the Agonal in critical condition there. We did, did lose a lot of fighters there. 15, was not expecting that at all. So this is what I mean. It's so out of nowhere. I imagine those roofs were from the Shortland Islands, perhaps. We do have another ship here, but I'm really not going to risk it, I don't think, with the limited planes we have available there. So once again, I think that'll be it for now, folks. Okay, guys, the wait is now over. We are finally able to conjure up the fire, which is going to burn away the IGN Navy. Bloody hopefully. It's going to be worth the investment, I hope. We're going to absolutely take advantage of the fact that we've unlocked the ship restrictions, and we are going to break history, unfortunately, to some people, and we're going to get an Essex. We're not going to get an Essex normal. We're not going to get a longbow. We're going to get a late tier Essex. 40 Corsairs, 40 Helldivers, and 20 Avengers. This is going to cost us 120 command points. Let's go for that. So we have 69, very, very nice, like coconut rice points available. So what can we get with that? I was hoping to get a battleship, actually, just so we could go over and bombard Santa Isabel. Let's see if we can get anything decent then, if that's the case. Let's see if we can go actually to British. Let's go to new British BB. Come on, let's go to all, make it a bit easier. And we were thinking about getting a Queen Elizabeth out. You know what? Why the hell not? Why the hell should we not get a Queen Elizabeth? So obviously we're not putting these all in by themselves. Let's merge some groups over here, shall we? So these two can hopefully merge with this group over here. So we now have a Shangri-La, a Warspite, Brooklyn, Marne, Atlanta, Pensacola and Portland. We will of course want more destroyers to escort that. So what I'm going to do is actually take the Ellet away from here and see if that can merge over to here. We have of course been resupplied, so what we're going to do is move out over here. We're going to drag on over our Australian supplies over here. That's going to take roughly 90 hours. That's going to be a long old haul. We do have a little bit of fuel here, troops and supplies across the board as well. And we're going to load up these supplies, of course, over here. We're going to get just troops here, and more supplies like that. And we're going to go for, we're going to assume that we're going to win the invasion. So we are going to bring up some fuel as well. And that is going to go straight on over to Guadalcanal. Sit at the gateway as ever and try and take that next. That is next on our agenda. Brilliant. So I think the wait is worthwhile. We got things done. Let's take a look. We got, where are we? So we did down a Nippon Maru and Aratama Maru. A few of those actually. We've been going since about day, I don't remember destroying this. We're over here. That's absolutely fine. So we've destroyed quite a few merchant ships. I did down a Sendai off screen. That was just very, very quick. I didn't want to overload you with video there. We did have to have a look at that Zuiho though, which is brilliant. And of course we'd take that Aratama and Wensho as well. So not being entirely passive, but too passive for my liking. So we will now bring the fight to the IGN once again in full force with that brilliant fleet carrier and the Warspite as well. So we now have a very nice fighting force there. I wouldn't usually put a fleet carrier in a group like this, to note. I would like to keep it outside of the main force with some destroyer escorts, as I've done in previous series. I don't recommend doing this necessarily, but we don't have the points to protect that just yet. We could possibly double check, because we do now get access to gunboats. Where are we? Where the ruddy bloody hell are we? Are they classed as Ds? That makes sense. So yeah, they all cost 5 at the least, and we are on 4 points. Could go for a Clemson Wicks torpedoes. It's not necessarily what I want though. I want something with a little more AA power as well as depth charges. So that really will be it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Looking forward to recording for you again very, very soon. So I've been the Edified Gamer. Hope you've enjoyed watching this series, and as ever, I hope your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.